Have you been craving a more money, more peace, a more power in the way that you carry yourself? And you've been trying all the things, and it still feels like you are surrounded by everything opposing it. You don't have a whole lot of peace. You don't feel like your money is growing, and you feel so powerless. You keep wondering, what is the next thing that I can do? How else can I change what's going on in my life to get different results? Well, I'm here to tell you that this one thing that I do with my clients when they have done all the things can be a game changer in the way that you transform your life so that you can have more peace, more profit, and definitely more power, and that is your circle. So I want you to think about who is in my circle, and I want to give you tips. So stay in here because it's not about just changing your circle, because if you try to do that and it hasn't been successful, you need to stay on here because I want you to be really strategic about this so that you can actually have not only a new circle of people around you that are aligned to the life you desire to live, but also keeping the relationships you already have intact and even enhancing those, because everybody does not require being X'd off the list of people that you hang out with. So I want to show you how to do both. So stay in here and we're going to get right into it. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about your Fab Five. I want you to think about your starting five, your Fab Five, like your first starting players, right? In your personal life and in your work life. And if you want to break this down even further, you can think about different areas of your life. So you might want to think about friendships, your maybe financial life, your spiritual life. You might want to think about your professional life, because I actually like to have different sets of people that I engage with that I know help me in different areas of life. Sometimes you get one or two people that hit all the areas, which is awesome. But every now and then we have to kind of diversify the kind of people that we're around, because sometimes we really lean in on some groups because they help us with our spiritual life, or we lean into some groups or individuals because they help us be smarter when it comes to building wealth or finances, or we know some people are like amazing at networking when we want to up level in our career. Again, you might find one or two people that can help you with all of those things, but it's great to kind of diversify. So decide what areas in your life that you want to pick your Fab Five in. You might not have anybody in that area, and that's okay, but let's just talk about where you are right now, because I love to help people start off with auditing their relationships based on where they are right now. And so, after you have done this, the next thing that I want you to do is really just evaluate. Has this relationship been cultivated? Meaning, have you really been spending time with this person? Have you been exchanging with them, having some reciprocity around the area that you chose them for? So, for instance, if it is about career, have you all had conversations about career and promotion and choices? If it's about finances, have you talked to that person about that? Have you all had exchanges about that? How much are you allowing them to be in your life and be exposed to the things that you actually need help with? Or is it really shallow, right? So I want you to really kind of dig into this so you can kind of know, A, is this a person that you've actually been cultivating with? Is this a person you've actually been going deep with in this subject area? And then the third thing I want you to consider is it still fruitful for me? So is this still a relationship where I find myself growing? Because it's someone that you may have talked to or may have had a relationship with or a peer relationship with that was really helping in a certain area, but maybe that person is at their plateau and you are ready to move up and they're just still at that same level. It doesn't mean you need to kick them to the curb, but it is something to notice. It's kind of like the difference between when you want to be around people that are starting their businesses and just starting their businesses versus being around people that are more seasoned in their businesses. It doesn't make either person wrong or right, but when you want to see more than what you've been seeing, you might have to step into a different group, or engage with other people just so that you can glean from people that think differently. So just consider, like, are some of those people at the same level? Do you feel like, okay, I've kind of surpassed the way that we kind of engage here, and I definitely want to keep in touch with these people and still do life with them to some extent, but I know I need to kind of venture off and like create new relationships. So that's what I want you to do first, is that relationship audit. That's going to be really important to you as you kind of go in this system of finding what is going to work for you so you can start excelling in your profit, in your peace, and in your power. So after you have done this audit and you see, you know what, I got some holes. Like I don't have some people in this area, I don't have some people in this area. I want you to consider, okay, who do I know that would be a good fit to really start reaching out to and starting to create more relationship with, because you want to have some new energy, some new vibes, some new conversations, some new help, some new perspectives in those different areas. And so, what I help people with in my book, Get Your Life Today 7 Success Hacks for Life, Leadership, and Business, I talk about in this section that you need to create an A team. That's one of the hacks. And an A team really represents this. The A represents accountability. You need people around you that you can be accountable to, that you allow your life to be accountable to, and they can be accountable to you. There is an even exchange there. Sometimes we have people in our life that, air quotes, are supposed to be a part of, accountability and helping us, but we really are not allowing them to see the full length of what we got going on in our life. And so it's very surface, but you need to be able to go deep with these people. So are they accountable to you, and are you accountable to them, and are you even accountable to yourself? Are you making other people do all the work? So consider that. You want to also have people on your team that are transparent. It's hard to grow when you can't be transparent and you're not around people that can be transparent with you. So as you're considering new people that you want to add, are they people that you can be totally transparent with? Even if you don't know them really well, do you have a sense, right, that there's someone that is trustworthy, that have those principles that you gather that you would be able to be transparent with them, and vice versa? E is for encouraging. You want people that are going to be encouraging. This is not about people just cheerleading you and telling you you're doing everything right. But this is about people encouraging you, even when they're giving you feedback, them encouraging you along the way. There is nothing worse than having, people on your team. I call it your A team, people on your A team, people that are supposed to be those that are walking with you in different areas of your life. And they're always discouraging, they're always pessimistic, they're always saying things that are not helpful. You want to make sure that there are people that they're not perfect, obviously, but they're definitely 80% of the time they have an encouraging, enthusiastic, passionate tone about life and the things that you are exchanging with them in your conversations. The next thing would be that you would need people that are achieved. Some people that have achieved amazing things. It doesn't mean that they have all these awards, but they could. But it might be that they did something that you desire to do. Whether that's, okay, this person lost a lot of weight, they're at their fitness best, and that's what I'm looking to do, or someone that is really good at parenting, someone that's really good at negotiating, and I want to be a better negotiator when I pitch myself, someone that's really good at sales. Whatever the case is, what have they already achieved? Are they achieving people? And I don't mean hustlers, so to speak, people that are going to tell you to do things to burn you out and do all of this proving. Because if you've been watching my channel, you know I'm like anti-proving energy. We're not here to prove anything. But people that are assertive and that they are really good at go getting after what they desire. And then the last thing is looking for people that you can be mentored by, but people you can also mentor. So it's this even exchange of mentoring and being a mentee to people. And so I want you to think about those people that could fill those gaps, but they have those attributes, because I believe having those attributes will help you have people that you can actually engage with in a way where you can go deep with them and really grow personally and see more profit, more peace, and more power. When you surround yourself around the right people in the areas that you desire to grow in, there is no way you can't grow. And I can tell you, case in point, I've made more money because of being surrounded around people that made me think about asking for more, that made me consider how I value my services and how I could raise my rates. I have more peace when I talk to people that do way less than I had done before and still are able to create the income in their business, have solid relationships, and they do way less. So it changed my perspective. I can have so much peace. Or people that really know how to navigate keeping their nervous system on neutral and being better at like not being reactive to all the things that I found at one point in my life that I was always being reactive to. And so it just gave me a different perspective. And the same thing with power. Sometimes there were times in my life where I felt powerless, where I felt like I couldn't do anything and that there was nothing in my control. And so to have people around me that showed me, you know what, Desiree, this is what you have control over, and helping me take back my power priceless, and it's because of who I surrounded myself with. I imagine if I surrounded myself with people that were just always low energy, low negativity, never had anything great to say, always had some perspective that was a downer, I would not have two multiple six-figure businesses, and I would never have had a six-figure corporate salary. I'd have been too scared to even ask for it. Even though I have an MBA, I have 3 degrees, started a business 21 years ago, all of these things, I still would have thought I wasn't good enough for it. And so I am so excited about what's going to change in your life because you are deciding to change who is around your life. And I'm telling you immediately, when you decide to change something about your life, you are going to change already with that decision, but it is going to 10x, it's going to 20x because of the people that you have around you. So go ahead and drop in the chat if this hit you and you're like, yes, I am so excited to do this relationship audit. I really want to, make some differences in my relationships. Go ahead and put that in the chat. And if you are a leader, an executive woman that is a visionary and you're looking to uplevel your life, change how you're seeing how much money you can make, changing how you really step into your power and changing the peace of mind that you're experiencing, then you need to click the link below. I have some room for one-on-ones and I can't wait to work with you. So until the next time, have a great day, beautiful.